Hello everyone, I'm back. We're going to be doing something a little different today. We are going to be reading the developer update for Dead by Daylight. And apparently, okay, so I was watching the anniversary live stream. I saw everything, so I know a couple of things that might be on here. Uh, but yeah, let's get into it. During our 6th anniversary broadcast, Alright, already messed up. We announced a new progression system and a meta-shifting perk overhaul. We're thrilled to say that both initiatives will headline the upcoming mid-chapter. In the onset, it is important for us to these overhauled progression system. Collecting all of the perks has been an important goal for many players. However, since both the number of perks and characters are constantly increasing, the grind is expanding at an exponential rate. So the comparison with the current system, you must reach level 40 on a given character to unlock all of their teachable perks, then find those perks in the blood clips of every other character. In order to unlock all the perks, by the time the chapter releases, you would need to play an estimate of 4.1 hours every day. With this new system, this decreases it to an average of 1.1 hours each day. And that's not even factoring in bonus blood points from events, perks, or offerings. In other words, this is the single largest reduction to grind we've ever made, cutting it by roughly 75%. Thanks, behavior? That's actually pretty good. Because I'm excited for that to happen. The grind in this game is one of the biggest of all games, if you want me to be honest. And it's not exactly healthy to just be on the game for 4 hours a day and getting nowhere. Unlocking perks. Teachable rarity is no more. Now perks are directly tied to prestige, prestiging a character. Okay, so this was announced in the anniversary live stream. This was actually a good change. For fuck's sake, stop Xbox. This was announced in the what was I gonna say? In the 6th anniversary live stream, and it's pretty cool. So yeah, like I read my words, or beat me to it, I should say. Say Prestige the Trapper. This will instantly unlock Tier 1 versions of Agitation, Brutal, Strength, and Unnerving Presence on every other killer. And Prestige 2 and 3 will unlock Tier 2 and 3. So, all you have to do is just Prestige everybody 3 times, you got all the perks. This way, you'll only need to earn the perks once to use them on Wait, what? Oh yeah, to use them once on every character. Oh yeah! Oh, I didn't even think about that. So, if you, like, since teachables are no longer available, the only way to get teachables is by prestiging. And prestiging unlocks it on every other character. So if you have like brutal strength on, I don't know, Michael, you either have it on everyone or no one. Well, except the owners of the teachables. No more resets. This was a change I was okay about. I I liked it I liked it and disliked it at the same time, because prestiging, like, usually when I play games and there's a prestige option, it's a risk reward. It's not just reward. And I don't want this to be the first game to do that, but oh well. I mean, it's not hurting us. This feels awkward. So like, it will no longer remove their perks, items, add-ons, offerings, and perk slots will also remain unlocked after prestiging. This is also pretty good. Pretty good. With no reason not to prestige, it's no longer optional. Yeah, because I don't know. I just go on someone's stream and it just feels weird because I dedicate myself to prestiging every character to level 50, and when I just see just level 50 on just uh any streamers stream, I don't know. It just feels weird. That's all. I'm not saying like, oh, you should never do that. Never just go to level 50. No, I'm not saying. It's just it just feels strange if you know what I mean. Like, with prestige now being the main way to progress, it'll be no longer impressive to have your characters maxed out prestige level 3. That's a lie. That's a lie. Well, not it's not the word impressive. It's like, oh hey, that guy hasn't touched grass in years. But yeah, like prestiging isn't impressive today. Like it's not right now. It's not even impressive. It's just you haven't done anything. Only made sense to recognize our most committed players, so we're increasing the prestige limit to 100. Jeez, what are those rewards gonna be? Yeah, literally what they just said. What are the levels? I don't know. I just can't. I can't talk. Reaching prestige levels 4, 5, and 6. Bloody prestige cosmetics. What? Okay, so are those going to be taken away from us? Once again, now that prestiging for the first 3 times award perks, it only made sense to move these higher. If you've already unlocked these cosmetics, okay, don't worry, we won't be taking them away from you. You've earned it. For the completionist, prestige level 8, 9. That's me. Uh, well, I guess 100 on every character. There's like 50 characters. So I'm gonna do quick math. I have to do so 250 characters. I have to level up them 250,000 times. It's gonna take a while. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Once a trial is over, your prestige will now be shown in the space previously occupied by grades and ranks and like little icons. I don't know what I would say. So it's just bragging rights. It's what they're saying, kind of. But it's pretty cool. I mean, like you can like show, like let's say I'm fuck, who's a character I'm good with. Uh, okay, for example, Pinhead. Well, I'm not good with him anymore, but I used to be Pinhead main. And if you saw that other video, I landed a fucking chain. Like I went up and then I went down, and it went over a car and just homed in on the survivor. And usually, people who can do that have also uh, not touched grass, but we also have who the fuck prestiges twins to level 7. We're getting off topic, but yeah. So you just pretty much just if so. We're back on track. If you prestige Pinhead to like a high level and you're really good with him, it'll make sense why you are so high with the prestige. Because I don't know, it just makes sense. Like if you see a prestige 0 Meg, you're not gonna be like, oh, that's a really good player. I mean, all survivors are the same, like gameplay wise. Like, so if you're good with one survivor, you're good with all of them. But for killer, it makes sense. Shrine of Secrets, unlike before, Shrine of Secrets then needed to be found in Blood Web. So we'll make the tier version. Okay, so it's just pretty much prestiging, but for individual perks, and yeah, it's just prestiging, but for one perk. Uh, this works seamlessly with the prestige system, as purchasing the perk you've already unlocked through prestige will instead increase its tier. Transitioning to I can't speak today. Transitioning to the new system, with many spending hundreds if not thousands of hours. Yes, I have spent almost 4,000 hours on the game, and that's 4,000 hours too much I've spent playing Dead by Daylight over the years. We want to make sure that everyone is rewarded fairly. When the system releases, we'll be automatically awarding existing players an appropriate number of prestige levels based on how many perk tiers they've unlocked. If you left all your characters at level 50 and focused on unlocking perks, your work won't be for nothing. It's also important that you don't lose anything when the system is updated. You will keep any perks and bloody prestige cosmetics that they've already unlocked. Oh, really? I thought I wouldn't. I thought I would lose them. But, yeah, they already said that. And, it's on the cord. Uh, those who prestige will receive a special prestige icon to recognize their achievements. I'm gonna carry. This is the one word I haven't seen before. Commemorate the perks in add-ons they lost in the progress. Yeah, they also said this on their live stream. Matchmaking incentives has been a major focus over the past year, and we're maintaining that throughout Year 7. Though many changes are planned to improve wait times and match times quality, there are variables that we can't control through code. Chief among them is the distribution of people playing each role. If there's simply not enough people queuing for one role, the matchmaker's ability to create quality matches suffers. Being an asymmetrical game, Dead by Daylight works best when there's roughly 4 survivors to each one, or to each killer. 4-to-1 ratio. If it deviates too far, matchmaking wait time and quality will start to degrade. Too many survivors cause survivor times to increase, and vice versa. To complicate things further, it's also dependent on region, rating, and time of day. Some regions we've observed an excess of survivor queues, while in others too few. Oftentimes, this will change over the course of the day. So, how do we go about improving this? Enter matchmaking incentives. Whenever the number of killers differs too much from the ideal ratio, we'll offer a blood point bonus to any. Okay, this makes sense, but it's cool. It's not gonna fix the issue, but it's definitely gonna help. Bonus ranges from plus 25% to plus 100% depending on demand levels. Bonuses will be shown on the main menu beside each role's play button, as well as beside the ready button. This bonus double as an indicator of which role is currently the fastest for queue times. If you want to get into a match as soon as possible, keep an eye out for incentives. Matchmaking incentives are unique to you and dependent on your matchmaking ratings and reach. You may see a bonus for playing killers while your friend sees one for playing survivor. At the time, for example, killers may be needed where you are, but there may be an excess of killers where your friend is playing. Don't most people play near their friends? Because otherwise bad internet? And also servers don't naturally put you up with online friends that don't live very close to you. Playing in a group can also net you a bonus if survivors are needed at the time. However, this will only apply if your group's average matchmaking rating is currently in demand. We believe these matchmaking incentives will improve both queue times and the matchmaker's ability to create quality matches. Heads up! Matchmaking incentives will be disabled if crossplay is turned off. As most players play with crossplay on, the system would be highly susceptible to manipulation. The switching roles would have a negligible, I can't speak today, effect on matchmaking. If you'd like to take advantage of these incentives, we strongly recommend turning on crossplay through the settings menu. So, yeah, it's pretty cool that crossplay is here, but, well, it's been here, I know that. But now there's actually a reason for those who just to play with crossplay on, and also, like, usually people, like, say, oh, people on console are pretty bad, or console players, people say, console players or PC players are pretty good, or PC players are pretty bad. It's what, like, it just starts an argument. But that's what I'm saying. Like, now they can finally play together, and just have an excuse to play. Some of the most consistent feedback is around the current perk meta. Handful of perks have a dominant usage rate, especially in higher skill matches. Naturally, the gameplay can feel stale, yes, when you see the same perks again and again. I can't tell you how many times I have gotten screwed over by Pop, Ruin, Scourge Hook, and Dead Hard, and not Decisive. Uh, Dead Hard. Fuck. I don't know. Dead Hard's just the one I'm worried. It's that one's is like so. It has such a big jump between. Like, it's just so far ahead in terms of annoying that I can't think of anything else. Generator speed. Oh, wait, no, I've. Some perks are popular because of their strength. Others are popular because they reduce the likelihood of an unfun situation. Ahem, decisive and borrowed time, and I don't know. But yeah, generator speeds. When looking at perks most used by killers, there's a very clear trend. Any perks that helps prevent generators from being powered, slowdown perks for short, are favored. Corrupt intervention, yes. Pop goes the weasel, yes. Scourge Hook, Pain Resonance, and Hex Ruin, both yes, are a few notable examples, and each are amongst the most popular perks. Many players feel like generators are powered too quickly without these perks, so we knew we needed to look at the generator before making any perk changes. Slow down perks should be an option, but not the only option to stay competitive. Okay. Oh god, this change. First, we have increased the time it takes to power a generator to 90 seconds. I am scared. I haven't lost hope for this one. I think it has the potential to fix to help stuff, but I don't know. I kind of liked it when it was 85. Like a few years ago, I think it was like when Deathslinger was released. They changed it from 80 to 85, or 85 to 80, and I liked it then. It still felt fast. Well, it didn't really change anything. 90 seconds. I'm kind of scared about that, but hopefully, are good compensations. or I'm just overreacting, because 90 seconds, quite a shit ton. Time it takes to complete a generator hasn't been changed in a long time, no shit. But it's clear that they are being powered quicker than we like, also no shit. By slowing them down slightly, we hope to give killers a big window to interrupt survivors, particularly at the beginning of a trial. Thank you, behavior. But also no thank you. But I don't know, it's just 90 seconds. It's increasing it by 12.5%. I think I did the math there correctly. But yeah, I'm scared for that. I'm scared for the 90 seconds. But oh well. I still got hope. Second, kicking a generator will not instantly remove 2.5% of the progress. Yes! Finally, a reason to kick generators. I don't know, I just have this habit of just kicking generators. It never does anything. But I don't know, it's just cool. The only time it actually does anything is like if you killed someone at 4 generators and people are too scared to touch generators. And at that point, you've already won. Uh, Kicking a generator. Oh, wait, no. Change makes kicking generators more meaningful, even if a survivor stops it from regressing shortly after. Additionally, survivors must now decide whether they should tap a generator to prevent regression, as this allows the killer to kick it again and knock off even more progress. With these two changes, we hope to reduce the reliance on passive slowdown mechanics and promote increased interaction between killers and survivors. Thank you, behavior. I am excited for this change. I am slightly excited for this change. Uh, but yeah, that's pretty cool. The average kill rates. How many survivors are killed each trial? On average, a little lower than we'd like. A sentiment echoed by many community members. To ensure the killer feels like an unstoppable force to be feared, we're making slight improvements. We're gonna make these killers as strong as possible and unstoppable. We're making slight improvements to many aspects of killer gameplay. We've reduced the time it takes to break walls and pallets by 10%. Now 2.34 seconds, previously 2.6. Uh, yeah, I mean, it helps. As long as you're not nerfing brutal strength to compensate, because brutal strength already isn't enough. It would do its job if it was just buffed, and it's just hopefully they don't nerf it to compensate, because I have a feeling that brutal strength should be able slightly faster, and this will make it 30% faster. If you think about it, and generators can also be kicked 10% faster than before. That's a good change. I mean, it's pretty much in the area. If you know what I mean. It's You're not chasing anybody, so it doesn't, and it's only 10%. So I mean, if it was 90%, that'd be somewhat of a big deal. But it's, I mean, you're not chasing anyone, so it's it's good. While these changes may seem small, also yes, uh, I forgot to give my opinion on breaking walls and pallets 10% faster. Walls I'm okay with. Pallets, uh, we'll have to wait and see. I'm not exactly too sure. I think I think it'll be okay because it's just 10%. You're shaving off point 0.24 or 26 seconds. 0.26 seconds. But then again, people also like to whine and complain about Toy Sword on Twins by nerfing it by 0.05 seconds. Ha! Huh. No longer useful. Okay. Well, it can be the difference between hitting a survivor and them reaching a pallet. So just pretty much they'll reach it. They'll reach the pallet legitimately now, instead of just bad hitboxes. Okay, okay. I'm just messing around. But it's it's a good change. I like it. We've reduced cooldown for successful basic attacks. Okay, I'm scared for this one. Now 2.7 seconds. Oh wait, that's 0.3 seconds. Okay, never mind, never mind. Well, yes, it may seem like won't be able to like get away quicker. That's also kind of the point, and it's you kind of get away too easy right now. Also, uh, hmm, uh, duration of survivor speed boost upon being hit reduced by 10%. Uh, Now 1.8 seconds was 2 seconds, so this will be good. This will be healthy because the people who just hold forward is not exactly a really good option, or not really a healthy option for the game. Just holding forward because at that, I mean, it's realistic. Like most people in horror movies, because people are dumb. But they just they just pretty much run forward. That's pretty much all they do. Uh, well, so they will gain slightly less distance upon being hit, making it more difficult for them to run long distances to a safe area. Thank you. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. Finally, we take blood tweaked. Okay, tweaked. I don't know what's wrong with me today, but blood point, blood blood loss to increase in power quicker than before. In in most cases, bloodlust does not activate, though there are rare cases where it can be necessary. The long build-up often leaves the killer in a bad spot, even if they eventually get the hit. We are adjusting bloodlust tiers to activate after 12, 25, 35 seconds, uh, rather than 15, 30, 45 seconds. I mean, like 20. I like tier two. I mean, it can help. It's 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 healthy enough for the game. 35 seconds is just pretty much the underdog boost. If you're losing, that's how you're gonna catch them. Uh, that's how pretty much it works. So I just don't like tier three bloodlust. I think bloodlust one is actually a very healthy thing for the game. 25, it's okay. Or bloodlust tier two, excuse me. It's okay, but I mean, yeah, activating these sooner is gonna be good, but I don't know. That's not the problem with bloodlust. It's just that bloodlust is underdog boost. As the first tier of bloodlust has not changed, it will be more prevalent in the average chase. Bearing in mind the general improvements above, we expect bloodlust to become even more uncommon outside of exceptional circumstances. So, though slight, these changes might affect every killer, and we can have ramifications on the game. We will. I am so bad at reading today. We will be watching closely to ensure that nothing gets out of hand. Camping and tunneling. On the survivor side, there is a clear preference for perks that grant a second chance. Borrowed time, decisive, dead hard, and perks that of that nature help a survivor to avoid a certain death, leading to an extreme usage rate. Okay. A benefit of these second chance perks is now that they help prevent unfun situations, namely being camped or tunnel out of the game. Repeatedly being targeted after being hooked. In order to incentivize a meaningful change to the meta, it's clear that we needed to address these controversial tactics. Second chance bursts should be nice to have, not essential to ensuring enjoyable gameplay. Moving forward, survivors will receive a 5 second, okay, 5 seconds, because that's pretty good to me. That's pretty good to me. Effect after being unhooked. This gives the unhooked survivor an opportunity to reach a window or pallet, or for another survivor to position down themselves for a protection hit. That's healthy. That's healthy. I don't care what you say, but it's it's a good thing that they're addressing quote unquote tunneling. Like they know it's an issue, and camping as well. So, and also they're making one part of babysitter base kit, 7% haste status effect, 5 seconds, make them harder to catch and encourage killers to shift focus to the unhooking survivor. That's good. That's good. Both effects will be cancelled prematurely if the survivor performs what we now call a conspicuous action. These are actions other than being chased, so like it's kind of like decisive. Preparing yourself, healing yourself, cleansing, blessing, sabotaging, unhooking, opening. Oh wait, that should also be adjusted for decisive. All right, meta perk changes. All right, here we go, folks. For this update, perk changes fall into one of two categories. Meta perks are used too often, and non-meta perks aren't used enough. We understand that many of you have grown attached to your favorite perks and loadouts. I got off track. We understand that many of you. Oh, yeah. Wait, I can't read this. Hold on. It's just dead hard. Just you know. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's cool. Alright. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. It makes sense. Alright. So for killers, barbecue and chili, hex ruin, pop goes the weasel, corrupt intervention, tinker, hex no one escapes death, and scourge hook pain resonant. For survivors, dead hard, borrowed time, decisive strike, iron will, self care, and spine chill. Would like to okay, wait. So that not every perk meta perk is equal. Yeah, yeah, I understand that. And this okay, this is for killers. Wow, that makes sense. So, hmm. Killer meta perks, barbecue and chili. Current effect upon hooking a survivor. Sees the auras of a distant survivor for a short duration, gaining a stack of bonus blood points for each survivor on hooked. Okay, I won't read the current effect because we all know what the current effect is. Perk is incredibly popular not because it's particularly powerful, but because of the huge amount of blood points it provides. We do not want to We do not want blood points to be the driving factor behind perk choices. I agree. I agree. And that they are removing it. While we understand this change may seem shocking, please keep in mind that this update reduces the grind by about 75%, which is what my argument was going to be, because I was actually going to defend that, because, I don't know, it just feels weird that some perks give you bullet points, others don't. Like, I mean, yeah, like no one left behind. It's just you just get double blood points, and that's the only reason why people run those perks. They don't run it for the gameplay. They run it specifically for the blood points, which we do. I don't want blood points to be the definition of why someone runs a perk, and they are reducing it by 75%, while barbecue and chili reduces it by 50% because it's double blood points. So it cuts the ground in half. Here, they're reducing it by 50% plus another 25%, which is pretty good. Current effect: generators regress automatically at an increased rate. So whenever a survivor is not working on them, as associated hex totem is standing. I gotta stop reading the current effects. Massive part of Hex Rune's appeal is not having to kick generators, as well as the ability to passively regress them from a distance. These aspects make Rune a unique slowdown perk, so we are not looking to change them. To bring Hex Rune in line with other perks, we are reducing the regression speed to 50, 75, 100%. So tier 3 is pretty much just tier 1 of current Rune. So this will reduce its power without destroying its primary appeal. After a survivor is killed, Hex Rune will automatically deactivate. I like this change. It's healthy. It's good. It's like still good because it still has the purpose, and it just, I have a feeling like it was just, even though it was a hex and hex are supposed to be like the strongest perks in the game, it was becoming too strong, and it's just 200%. Like you didn't earn that 200%. It's just a nice perk to have, not because this is also kind of a second chance perk. If kind of, I should say kind of, because you kick someone off the generator regresses immediately, and almost is always back to 0, and it will automatically deactivate, which is because you're just putting salt on a wound, on an open infected wound, with when Rune is still up and someone is killed at 4 gens. So you so after hooking a survivor to the next generation, you kick generator you kick with the time instantly loses 25%. Okay. Pop is a weasel. So they've moved it down to 20%, so it just makes it that our generators are nearly done will have more effect. Okay. So, and so they're also just doing it to compensate for the base kit, which I understand. Corrupt Intervention. Now this is also a pretty good perk, so I'm hoping they don't nerf it too much, because it's still a healthy perk. It's just, now with the other changes, they need to compensate and nerf this. So it just makes it more manageable at the beginning of the match, forcing survivors to extend deeper into the map before repairing a generator. We aren't looking to change this aspect, and for me, I kind of don't want that either. I do kind of like going against Corrupt Intervention as a survivor. I just think it's also kind of like Ruin with the automatically deactivating. But because if you down someone, I mean, corrupted serves its purpose. So, and that's exactly what they're doing. Good. Uh, Current effect for Tinkerer. Or wait, no. So Tinkerer being able to prevent generator from being particularly on high mobility can become a little aggressive when paired with certain aggression perks. Therefore, Tinkerer can now only activate once per generator. With the base changes to increase the charges to increase to 90, killers will have extra time to approach. No one escapes death, or no one for short. Current effect: when the exit gates are powered, all survivors become exposed as long as the associated hex totem is standing. This perk makes it very effective for a comeback tool, though it falls out of favor for in high skill games. Like the way Noed encourages survivors to preemptively cleanse totems, so we are not looking to weaken its direct strength. Instead, survivors will now see the hex totem's auras within 4 meters upon activation. This range increases to 24 meters over the course of 30 seconds. This, uh, I wasn't exactly, I don't, it's okay, it's an okay change, but, I mean, it's not the way I would have gone about it. I would rather have had it, like, be earned. Like, be earned. So, like, uh, if you hook, all four, or, no, not all four survivors, uh, 3 unique survivors, you get, four, uh, you get 4, or, like, you just had to earn it. If you get, like, 8 hooks, you've earned the perk. You've earned the perk, you can have it. You can have the current effect. Uh, Less perks, you can only use it a couple of times. That is what I wanted. But, I mean, this is a good change, too. Uh, but yeah. I didn't want to, like, directly nerf it. I just wanted it to be earned. Not really just, yeah, you got it. Because I can't tell you how many killers I see camping, then they have no one, then they get 4K. I mean, yeah, you can leave, but it feels so frustrating knowing that you did everything you could, and that, like, even if you did cleanse the totems, you're wasting time, and the survivor is dying on a hook for no reason, and that, uh, even if they don't have Noid, then you just wasted your time. You did absolutely nothing. Scourge Hook, Pain Resonance. Current effect: upon hooking a survivor, uh, yeah. The most recent addition to the meta. Yes, it is. Pain Resonance allows the killer to remove a sizable chunk from the most progressed generators simply by hooking the survivor. Loud noise notification also allows the killer to disrupt the survivor before they can continue in repairing. A jack of all trades, granting both a powerful regression and crucial information. With that in mind, we are removing the loud noise notification. I mean, I mean, yeah. Now that I think about it, it's a pretty good change. Uh, Not sure how to go about it, but I mean, this is probably the best I could think of. Uh, because it does its job, it just doesn't do much. So like, oh, this also gets kind of nerfs the combo with Dead Man Switch, which I'm all for. Because that is just obnoxious. Because I'm gonna be honest, Dead Man Switch hasn't bothered me when it's by itself. I used to have a bad feeling about it when it first came out, but now, I mean, I just don't really have a problem with it anymore. Survivor meta perks. Dead Hard is by far the most used perk by survivors. Yes, and it's easy to see why. In the right hands, it acts like a third health state, allowing a survivor to escape a situation where they would go down. Yes, I hate Dead Hard even as a survivor. Like, it just, you're playing as killer, you earned it down. You mind gamed them. You earned that down. You earned it. And then you have Dead Hard. You hit. I have a perk. Get outplayed. It's just not fun. Even as Survivor, it's not fun. I just dead hard. I just dead hard. Just make it to a window. Ah, now you gotta do it again. I mean, it's dumb. It's just straight up dumb. I just don't like it. I want it to be just for dodging hits. I don't want it to be anything. Uh, I just I just want it to be dodging hits. That is all. No dead harding for distance, because if you're like someone uh who can't play the game without dead hard, and you just like you just need that third extra health state, get better. I'm not good at the game, but I know for a fact that a third health state is a big per technically, well, like you gotta go through. But yeah, it's just not. It just doesn't feel too good when you. But when you use it to dodge a hit, that feels really good. And the killer could have done something about that. They could have just waited it out. So dodging hits, good. Using it for distance, bad. There are two main ways. Yeah, dodge a hit for distance, and uh, therefore Dead Heart will now provide endurance status effect for 1 second when activated. If you time it right, you'll prevent the hit and gain a movement bonus. I do not. I think 1 second is too long. I think they should reduce it to 0.75 seconds. So, because if let's say you're at Shack, you use Dead Hard. Now it's pretty much it's actually kind of a buff now. Use it's pretty much distance, but you can turn easier and like it just takes a little more time, but you still get the distance and you still get to the pallet. So like you're because if you wait it out, now that's like now you can't hit them, then they make it to the window. That's I mean it's kind of okay in the sense that it they buffed the part of dodging a hit, but it doesn't fix the issue with Dead Hard too much. I mean, it does it kind of, which I'm happy about. We'll have to wait and see. I'm not really too particularly uh happy or not happy. Uh, not too particularly sure about this. Uh, Decisive Strike. It's used to just stop tunneling now, which I kind of think it's good at what it does. It doesn't. It's not like old Decisive Strike where you could use it as many times, or not as many times as you want. That's dumb. Like I just you can't just work complete a generator, heal someone, sabotage a hook, and still get Decisive Strike by that same exact person. It's dumb doing. It's dumb. It was a dumb perk. I'm glad they changed it. But now it's pretty healthy for the game, which they say. Uh, but moving forward, we'll now deactivate once the exit gates are powered. In addition, the stun duration has been reduced from 5 seconds to 3 seconds. I like the. I think. Uh, I think this is going to be a healthy change, because I mean, because once the exit gates are powered, you've already lost, so you have no choice but to can't. Because if you leave a hook, they get off, they take hits, and like, what are you supposed to do? Let them unhook? Because you have nothing to protect anymore. That is what Killer is good at. They have to protect their generators. That's why no one camps. Uh, without knowing, because then they don't give a shit about generators, and it just will now deactivate once exit gates are powered. Good. But reducing the duration from 5 seconds to 3 seconds. I agree, 5 seconds was too long. 3 seconds is too short. I have a feeling they should go in the middle. Go for 4, and leave it at that. Change it if you need. Much like Decisive Strike, this perk gets much of its popularity by granting counterplay against the camping killer. Considering a lighter version of Borrow's Time effect has been added to the base kit, we need to update this perk accordingly. Borrowed Time will now extend the duration of the endurance effect of unhooked survivors by 6 to 8 to 10 seconds, and increase the movement speed bonus duration by 10 seconds for any survivor you unhook. So they're buffing Borrowed Time. And, I mean, like, sure. Okay, so actually, it just makes it so you are literally immune. Or you are literally going, or if you are throwing if you are going to chase someone who just got unhooked. That's what this perk is doing now. Now, you could just chase the unhooker. Done. Done. That's all you gotta do. I guarantee you, if you chase the unhooker, this borrow time perk, useless. Useless. It won't do anything if you don't play like a dick. That's all. That's all. Because, yeah, that's pretty healthy. I like it. I like it. Current effect. Iron Will. We're reducing the effect 25 to 50 to 75%. I do not like this. The reason Iron Will was good was because it was 0. It was specifically nada. Nothing. So, like, which is why tier 1 and tier 2 of Iron Will suck. They suck. And it's also no longer active when exhausted. I'm okay with this. I'm not okay with 50 and 75%. So, yeah. I I think what they should have gone about it is that they should have uh, made them completely silent in the locker. But in addition, instead of grunting in pain when they were injured, they just breathe. That's all. That's literally all. It's quiet, but it's still sound. And it actually makes a difference. Unlocks the ability. Okay, self care. I don't know why people use this perk. It sucks. It's 32 seconds wasted. So, it's because uh, it's strong in the right hands. It's detrimental in the wrong hands. So, reduce its strength. Self care's heal speed will be lowered to 25, 30, 35%. The item efficiency bonus has been removed entirely. I like this. It's finally. Uh, wait, what? If you level up the perk, then it gets slower? Or. Okay, oh wait, no. It's just. You'll just heal at 35% speed. Do not like that. If it's. If you're just healing at 30. If they just accidentally put it backwards, okay, then I forgive them. And that 25% is just regular. It's just the buff. And the item efficiency bonus has been removed entirely. I like that. Okay, I like that. I like it. I think self care should have been 24 seconds, not 16, like old self care. 24. Current effect for Spine Chill. It alerts survivors when a killer is approaching. In a high skill lobby, vault speed build increase becomes the primary draw. Yes, yes. I it's just it's dumb. Spine Shell is just I didn't like that it increased vault speed. If it increased slow vault speed, I'd like that. If it increased like medium and fast vault speed, I don't like that because it's not that's not the purpose of Spine Chill. Spine Chill is to make you one aware that the killer is coming, two uh do things quicker while uh or like finishing things quicker and getting away quicker. So it only activates if the killer has a clear line of sight to the survivor. Removes the awkward counterplay where the killer must look away to ensure a stealthy approach. Next, we'll be adding a short 0.05 seconds lingering effect to the spine chill. Prevent the perk icon from flickering when the killer looks around and makes the action speed boost more consistent. Finally, we'll be removing vault speed boost entirely because it does not suit the perk's nature. Exactly. I mean, you can last in a chase against uh without spine shells. You can last in a chase. If you like if you just if you can't if you're complaining about this, you're just bad at the game. I'm bad at the game, but I'm not complaining about it. Non-meta perk changes. Okay, so over the course of 30 hold on. Hmm? Oh, it grows over the course. So like it starts out as 100, then grows up to 400 over the course of 30 seconds. Okay, I kind of like it. It's similar to Call of Brine, but eh. I mean, we'll wait and see. Eruption, we have increased penalty to 10% and duration of cast paid to 15, 20, 25 seconds. Okay, that's good, that's good. Those of you who like to leave survivors on the ground can have a little more peace of mind. In addition to its current effect, current knockout will cause dying survivors to crawl 50% slower, that's already there, for 15 seconds, and reduce recovery speed by 25%. That is not there. Okay, cool, cool. To make healing and killer's terror radius even more appealing, survivors in Hey Google, shut up! Thank you. Alright, to make healing and killer terror radius even more appealing, Chlorophobic will now increase the speed of skill checks by 50% on top of its current effect. That's good. Uh, Dark Devotion. Session loses a health state instead of basic attacks. That's good. Jolt. No longer cooldown. I think they should have reduced it. I think it's. I don't like it, but we'll have to wait and see. But I think. I don't like it. I don't like it. Lethal Pursuer. As long as it's not the start of the duration, I think it's good. Uh, Gift of Pain. Increased to 10, 13, 16. Good. Thanatophobia. 18, 20, 22. Good. I mean, it's not going to make a difference, but it's good. Uh, Basement hooks become scourge hooks. Scourge hooks have 10, 15, 25. 10, 15, 20% faster regression. Okay. Only if the killer is not within 24 meters. Okay, that's good. That's good. Calm Spirit. Uh, so, open chest and cleanse and bless totems silently is so it's silent, albeit at 40, 35, 30% reduced speed. Uh, so you do it 40, 35, 30% slower? Oh, we're going on an hour. Okay. Saboteur. After months of studying, saboteurs can now uh, identify Scourge Hook. Okay, that's a nice quality of life perk for Saboteur. So they can use this information to prevent Scourge Hooks. Botany knowledge. I do not. Okay, I do not like this. It's increased it up to 50. That is not good. Healing speed is way too quick. I do not like it. Off the record, upon being unhooked, gain the endurance status effect for 60, 70, 80 seconds. Endurance effect is lost upon performing a conspicuous action. So it's just self-giving borrowed time. Uh, and you're and if you're bad at the game, you you still get the extra hit. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I have a bad feeling, but I think it'll be okay. It will cancel it prematurely if you do any game progression action, making it purely for evading the killer after being unhooked. This perk is great for escaping the chase, but the effect quickly runs out while giving survivors a way to recharge Lucky Break. Each second spent healing another survivor increases Lucky Break's duration by 1 second. I like the way that they're doing the recharge. I just don't like they're doing the recharge. I think this should be served for different perk, because the faster you're healing, you're not getting as much time back. Total time cannot exceed the starting duration. Pharmacy. Uh, whenever you're injured, guaranteed, and this can happen multiple times in a trial. Okay. That's good. Sole survivor, in addition to hiding your arm. So it's just old Left Behind base kit, and with you can exit gate is open faster, and hatch action speed by opening action speed is increased by 50%. So if you lost the game, you are out of time. Uh, you can potentially escape through the gates. These effects are only active when you are the last person standing. The only good part about this perk, exit gate, increased by 50%. That's the only good change for that perk. Distortion. For those who like to stay hidden, we've added a way to regain distortion tokens. Gain 1 token for every 30 seconds spent within the killer's area radius. Yeah! Finally! Finally, we can have a good... This is finally good. It's finally good. Lightweight. It will be more sporadic, making you harder to track. Your scratch marks will also fade 5, 4, 3 seconds sooner from 1, 2, 3. So that's good. Deja vu. To help survivors power the 3 closest generators, Deja vu will now include. Okay, 5%. Okay, I'm not too worried because they also compensated, but also 5%. It's just a slight it's just a slight buff, which, to be honest, I thought Deja Vu was perfect, but now that they compensated the base kit and this, now okay, they buffed it, and it's still the same because they also nerfed everything. Uh, generator speed will grant a 7% move speed bonus to any survivor you unhook. Good. Excellent. Gates are powered rather than open. Finally, because this was an outdated perk uh, ever since EGC was introduced. Uh, you could, like, if you just open the gate, then back then, you were, it was good. It was okay. It was pretty good. But now it was outdated because people 99 gates. So So like only people will only open it when when all four people are at the gate, or three or two, depending if people died. But it was pretty outdated because it would only activate when you were actually when at the exact end of the game, and at that point you've already won, and also it already happened. It's like once the killer is on you, then no one left behind is like about to down someone, or not even about to down someone. This is just straight up good only when you have an injured survivor and you want to go save someone. So you just all heal up, and now it's good. Now it's good. Dark Sense. We've changed the way Dark Sense works. The next time the killer comes within 24 meters of you, the aura is revealed for 5, 7, 10 seconds. This is good. This is good. Dark Sense then deactivates. Alright, that's good. You just get a warning when they're getting close to you. In addition to its current effects, Tenacity now reduces your grunts of pain by 75% when in the dying state. This is good because it's now a perk instead of a bug. When people are just dying on the ground and you can't hear where they are, it's just so annoying. But now, but at least we know it's intended now, and that will and you can still slightly hear them because it's 75%, not 100. So it's okay. I like the change. Hope move the duration entirely. That's not what I was thinking, but it does fix it. It does fix it. I think they should reduce it to 6% from 7%. Compensate, because even though 7% increased speed is not, it doesn't seem like a lot. It does make a difference. So in its current state, licensing a totem repairs increases a bonus of 6, 7%, 8%. Didn't they just come out with it perk? Why are they already changing it? Now that bonus double now that bonus doubles if you cleanse a hex totem. That's cool. I like it. I like it. But I don't know why they just didn't do this in the first place. Make their work a little bit easier. Much like barbecue and chili, just okay, so they're just reducing so they're just reducing, or they're just getting rid of the blood points similar to barbecue and chili. For at least expect to cut around by about 75%. So don't whine about them removing barbecue and chili and we're gonna live forever points, because they're gonna do it by double and 25% more by base kit without even these perks. Additionally, actions that previously granted a token will now activate third secondary effect, while active healing the survivor from the dying state gives them the endurance effect for 6, 8, 10 seconds. That's good because like when you just get someone off the ground, then they don't die right away. It's kind of like you give them you like straight up give them soul guard. Realize that following these changes, a new meta will surely rise. We'll be closely monitoring the performance of each updated perk to ensure that none fall too far out of line. Moving forward, we hope to have meta shaking updates like this one a more frequent part of our plans in order to keep gameplay feeling fresh. With that, we've reached the end of the the addition to the developer update. Kudos to those of you who made it this far. It was a long one. As always, these changes will be available for testing next week in the BTB. Given the number of changes we made, we'll be keeping an extra close eye out for feedback. We'll be We'll be holding a live stream in the near future to preview the update and answer any questions you may have. Until next time, the Dead by Daylight team. I think this was a good patch. I think this was a good patch for me, and I hope to see more patches like this one. Because these were, for the most part, good changes, even if you don't think so for the meta. Like, because if you survive from meta perks, if you're whining about Dead Hard, if you're whining about Noed, or Corrupt, or Ruin, or crying about Borrowed Time. Borrowed Time is being buffed, if you want me to say. Uh, and it's only used to stop tunneling. So I think this is a good patch. I think it's good. I like it. As always, I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.